Okay, this is a response to some things I've heard President Obama say. The first thing I'm getting from Fire Dog Lake, it says February 3rd, 2010. Senator Sherrod Brown, Democrat from Ohio, asked President Obama about manufacturing and energy policy.
In the White House and other things, but how do we get there? How do we, when we read these articles in the paper that China is just exploding in terms of wind turbine manufacturing, solar panel manufacturing, how do we rebuild our manufacturing sector with a manufacturing policy combined with an energy policy that gets us there?
I hope people had a chance to read that article that was in the New York Times, I guess last Sunday, talking about how China is not waiting, it is moving. And already the anticipation is that they will lap us when it comes to clean energy. Now, they're not a democracy.
Okay, I didn't read the article that he's talking about, but I don't think China's really has much to do with clean energy. I've heard something like a year or two ago that China was planning on bringing one coal-fired power plant online every week for the next 10 years for a total of something like 500 coal-fired power plants. I heard that like a year ago, something like that. Now, I guess he's talking about manufacturing wind turbines and solar panels, but saying that we're behind China, I mean, comparing us to China isn't really saying much, I don't think. The air, I've heard the air is very bad in China, so I don't really know what President Obama's talking about, but I find it to be somewhat misleading, like we're not supposed to worry or something like that. It's almost like what he's saying. And I don't know, I'm worried myself.
Can commercialize. Got to look at clean coal technology. We've got to look at, say about this, in order for us to maximize it, part of it is the good work that Jeff's been doing in terms of just finding the right incentives. We've got to be open-minded about a whole range of technologies. We've got to look at clean coal technology. We've got to look at nuclear technology. We're going to be making some significant announcements.
Okay, I don't know what he's talking about clean coal technology for. I have no idea what he's talking about there. I mean, I think it's pretty much a known fact that carbon sequestration of emissions from a coal-fired power plant is just a fantasy. Not viable. We shouldn't be wasting our time and money, looking into that. You're talking about taking a solid, basically solid carbon out of the ground, turning it into a gas, and then putting it back into the ground. Doesn't sound like a very good plan to me. We don't need it. We have nuclear technology. Now, another thing I guess he said right after that was something like looking into or thinking about nuclear power. Let's see.
We've got to look at nuclear technology. We're going to...
Yeah, look at? This makes me nervous. I mean, why do we need to look at it? We've been using it for years and years. We've been using it for 30 years without any major problems. So, I mean, why do we have to keep thinking about it and talking about it and looking into it? It seems like it's getting awfully late for that. Here's something else. February 3rd, 2010. Obama announces administration energy goals?
We believe in a strategy of more production, more efficiency, and more incentives for clean energy. We're willing to make some tough decisions on issues like offshore drilling, so long as we protect coastlines and communities. We are...
Okay. Well, that doesn't sound good. Offshore drilling? Just more fossil fuel. You're going to protect the coastal communities? Are you going to protect them from the hurricanes that you're going to cause by unearthing this fossil fuel and burning it? And not necessarily cause the hurricanes, but at least intensify them? It doesn't sound like a very good plan to me.
Moving forward on a new generation of nuclear power plants, although we want to make sure that they are safe and secure. One of the things that we're going to be talking about today, nuclear power plants. We are moving forward on a new generation of nuclear power plants, although we want to make sure that they are safe and secure.
Okay. I don't think safety and security is what's stopping us from using nuclear power now. It's basically NIMBYism. So I don't know why President Obama is talking about another generation of nuclear power plants. I'm not really sure what he means by that. But we do have the technology now, so I don't think we have a lot of time to be playing around. I think that they've been proven to be safe myself. There are risks, but if you just want to keep saying renewable while they keep burning fossil fuel, I don't think that's a good idea. But let's see what he said back here in the debate when he was running for president. It was a YouTube debate.
Hi, my name is Sean, and I'm from Ann Arbor, Michigan. There is a scientific consensus for man-caused climate change, and I've heard each of you talk in previous debates about alternative energy sources like solar or wind, but I have not heard any of you speak your opinion on nuclear power. I believe that nuclear power is safer, cleaner, and provides a quicker avenue to energy independence than other alternatives. I'm curious what each of you believe.
Senator Edwards, renewable on the amount of greenhouse as part of the energy mix. I actually think that we should explore nuclear power as part of the energy mix. There are no silver bullets.
Okay, now he's talking about exploring it. Yeah, that was back in July 23rd, 2007. So he was thinking about exploring it back then. You know, the problem I have is that we're burning all this fossil fuel to generate electricity that we really don't need to do. We would need to continue doing it as we built nuclear power plants, but we should be doing that so then we can start shutting these fossil fuel power plants down. And I just don't see President Obama as having the sort of sense of urgency that we really need. Makes me very nervous when I hear him talking about carbon sequestration. I'm not sure if that's exactly the term. Well, he said clean coal. When I hear someone say clean coal, it makes me very nervous. It's just like wasting time. While someone's talking about clean coal and claiming to be working on it and such, they're burning coal like crazy. And it's never going to be clean. It's always going to be a huge mess. And the planet's being destroyed while people say clean coal. We're not going to have clean coal. So that really makes me nervous. Like he really doesn't understand what's going on. So in conclusion, I'd just like to say that in dealing with this energy crisis and global warming crisis, I really think that we should utilize the nuclear energy technology that we have now and stop dragging our feet. It's very dangerous what we're doing.